Does Klay then, speaking of Dallas, does Klay then make them better like that?
Does Klay style
fit?
How does that? That's what we all worried about. How does that gel?
Like I'm gonna give right now. I'm gonna give Jason Kidd the credit.
That's what we said yesterday.
I'm gonna give him the credit to put in some type of plays for Klay, but Klay has been used to movement.
That's right. Pass, chase,
yes,
chasing, run around, coming off doubles. Right, you got to treat him like Rip Hamilton.
Yep.
What J Kidd had,
Kerry Kittle.
Kittle.
Yep.
If you don't treat him like that, and he's just sitting in the corner just waiting for a shot, so you'll make him look bad.
So my question is, can you win with those guys, the Lukas, the guys like the Hardens who say, going into a system, I am a system. Can you win a championship with those kind of guys? Because that is the question right now that everybody wants to know the answer to. Can you win a championship with those kind of guys?
To me, and I'm going to let you answer that, because me, when you talk about that Klay, like, it's going to be way more of an adjustment for Klay than it is for Dallas. Like, the ball's going to be in his. He's used to pass chase. Like, he's going to be like right now the way it's
Klay being uncomfortable and Luka being uncomfortable. You think
that's what I'm getting at. But like he just talked about it. He had Derrick Jones and P.J. Washington, both really good players. But Klay's not used to just sitting in the corner being a catch and shoot dude.
Nah.
And you're not going to. To me, it's the hardest thing they put a lot of pressure on J. Kidd, because the way they make the finals was putting those two in ball screens and creating everything for everybody else.
Yes.
Klay ain't used to that.
See, I think with Luka, there's just certain players that you have to like a Magic Johnson. Like, think of Magic Johnson with someone like Luka, right? The ball is in his hand. He's a bigger guard. You can't go small with his talent, right? Going small hurts him. You can't have Kyrie at the 2, Klay 6'7" at the 3, then you got 6'8" at the 4. That's not how you win with this guy. You have to go big. You have to go 7 foot, because now who has to guard him?
Yeah.
You can't hide him. Now he gets to pick apart. Now when he's coming down the lane, he gets to do whatever he wants. You have to have a big lineup with Luka.
Interesting.
Right? That's the only way Luka, when you put smaller guys around Luka, it hurts him. He's going to get his numbers, but that's not how you win. You got to have big shooting guards. Like, his shooting guard should be 6'8". You know what I mean? He needs a big shooting guard, big 3. Like, they're sitting there. They can all switch.
Yes, and that's
now
what Boston
everybody posted. Now you're forced to say, all right, Derek and Drew, we're gonna have to sit you. We're gonna have to put Tatum at the 1, Brown at the 2, right? We're gonna have lineups like that against Luka, because you guys are too small, because the shooting guard is 6'8" and the 3 is 6, so we can't.
Now it's the luxury Boston had,
Yes.
is that they were able to switch those pick and rolls, and it would Dallas wasn't able to take advantage of that. I mean, you switching Derek White, you switching. I'm having a goddamn brain freeze. Drew. Switching Drew onto him, and you're not getting anything out of those triggers, because the guys are not able to post those guys up, and now you just spread the floor. And now you're going against Drew and Derek White.
Like when they put Tatum on Gafford, and they didn't just throw the ball down to Gafford just 5 straight times just to see what's going to happen, right? Even he kicked the ball out of bounds. It didn't matter. Just like, you're going to put, let's try to see what happens. But the fact that he's just sitting there.
Minnesota tried to throw the ball to Rudy down there on Luka a couple times. That shit ain't go. That shit ain't go right.
I know. The most frustrating in the world, right? When you see the mismatch, and then you throw it back, you throw it down there like, oh man, it's gonna be a long night, bro.
I mean, because you want to be able to exploit that somewhat, just to a degree. He doesn't have to score 60 down there, but if he can make a couple,
you want to make an adjustment. You want to make him think about it.
Just enough to make Dallas have to think about it.
Hold up, because here's the deal: the coaches are the biggest overreactors in America.
Yes.
So if you do it one time, they're like, can't do that no more.
Yeah.
Instead of just picking their poison. Okay, well, Rudy Gobert's gonna have to have 50 against Cincinnati. They'll never do that.
No.
Like, to me, in my life, I'd be like, we're cool with this thing, but they're the biggest overreactors in the world. If you just give it to Rudy one time, he lays it in, they're like, damn, we can't do that. No more.
Go back
Go back. Yeah. Under.
And now that we talk about some of the things that you have to be cool with, that's one of the things that we talk about with playing against Boston. Be cool with them making a contested three.
Yeah.
Be cool with them making a contested three. It's okay. Don't overreact. You had your hand there. You was in his face. That's a 25% shot. Be cool with making that, but they got to make them for 4 quarters.
Yeah. I mean, you got
to take away the open ones. They got to make contested ones for 48 minutes.
Coaching in the playoffs, take away the open ones. The open ones are what kills you. There's got to be adjustments, but if you're making major adjustments in a playoff series, you're going to get boned anyways.
Well, once again, now we talk about major adjustments in the playoff series. Let's go back to the conversation that we had earlier, habits. Because the playoffs are where your habits are revealed.
Yeah, for sure.
And lack of are revealed in the playoffs.
No, facts.
We talk about Joker, and we talk about Embiid. And I say that, yes, Joker is great, and yes, you start your team with Joker if you're picking a team today, but I say it's only because Joker has better habits. If you're asking me who is the better talent, I'm going with Embiid 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. And me and Mike was arguing for about an hour before you got here.
But that's the argument, right? One is super talented, one has better habits, right?
Who are you starting your team with right now?
If I had to pick one,
you got to win a championship.
If I got to win a championship, I'm gonna go with Jokic, right? Or the reason is, Embiid is no different than some of the most talented players we've ever seen, right? They're so talented that they don't jump into the next category, right? Why do I need to get in top shape if I'm averaging 35 and 15?
That's what we were talking
about.
What
I mean?
Do you think he'll ever figure it out?
No. Damn. It's too easy for him.
I'm wishing for them.
I'm
hoping for him.
He's
making $65 million and getting buckets.
I mean, just seeing what he's capable of, I would love to see what that would look like if he figured it out.
And
that's just me as a fan of the game.
Well, we all agree with that.
And this is when we say this out loud, they think we're hating.
Oh, hell no.
So, like when I said Giannis, if you got a back to the basket, post up playing it, you know how great you will be. Yeah. Like you averaging 32, just running downhill, just after. If you learned how to play this game, oh my God,
man,
with your engine, whoa.
Man, my last 4 or 5 years was based off getting rid of bad habits. Yeah. And they got paid. And go down the list of guys that got paid that came to Miami that were undrafted or their way out of the league and figured out how to change their habits, and they got paid. Like with
Embiid, it's more like you just look at little things. Like there was a video of Jokic playing street ball.
Oh, I saw that.
And you're saying like, look how in shape he is.
I saw that.
Yo, Embiid, bro, if you put down, I don't mean to be rude, you put down the 4 hamburgers before the game, you eating all this before, like, get healthy, my dude. Man. And eat right, like this. But him being healthy is part of the reason why he can't reach his potential, and part of the reason why he can't reach his potential and he's not healthy is because of his habits. Yeah. It's just his habits, man.
With the way the game is now and all this young talent coming in, who are you starting your team with right now?
How young we going?
I mean, just that the league sits right now, players in it. You get one player.
I'm gonna go Wemby.
Great answer.
The reason it's hard to argue that one.
The reason I like with Wemby is, as a general manager, you don't have to be brilliant.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? You don't really have to be smart. You're allowed to make a few mistakes drafting. Same thing with someone like Jokic, right? Because he can pass, he can post up, he can do a lot of things. If I pick him, moving forward, I can make a couple mistakes, and his talent can adjust to it.
The thing about Jokic, I mean, you can go out in free agency and get guys players that other teams don't really value for the low, and what he's going to do is get them paid because they're going to come in there and he's going to dot them up. They're going to be a lot better, and all of a sudden they're going to get the money to go somewhere else. But they can continue to. It's a revolving door. All right, who's next? Oh, you didn't like him over there, but he shot 38. Okay, come here. You're going to be back cut. We're going to play through you. So I mean, Wemby's a good show. I mean, it's hard to argue that argument.
Yeah, it's easier from. If I have to go like guards or like, I'll say probably Ant-Man. Right? Because he has that, besides the marketing with the charisma and stuff, he has that, what a coach needs from a star player.
Yes.
Never seems like he's rattled.
Yes.
Right? So no matter if you're down 0-3 in the playoff game, 0-2, just lost by 30, when he talks, you don't know if he lost or won. Right? Yeah, we a little rough today, but we gonna get him.
Yeah.
I already told him we gonna get him.
Yes.
We coming back. You need that type of player's confidence, man. Because we've been in locker rooms where you look at the star player and he just.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, man, let me go ahead
deflating.
With Ant-Man, I love the fact that he's changed the mindset. He's changed how we look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's changed that. I think they've somewhat, as a team collectively, have embodied his attitude and his personality just a little bit. And I think that's helped the way we view Minnesota.
Yeah.
We don't view them as the losers, and obviously they've been to the playoffs a couple years, but we don't view them as the losers that we used to view them as, and we also don't view them as soft.
Like, y'all under a lot of pressure as athletes, but I wonder if it changes once you get into media. Like, because of that, you feel like, man, I can't say what I would normally say because I understand I don't want to hurt this dude's feelings because I know he had a bad game. Or
anybody that I know that with me know that I'm gonna shoot it straight.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mad at me for being honest, then that you probably ain't with me the way I think you do.
Oh, okay.
I'm honest with you anyway. Before I probably said it on TV, I probably already told you.
I
already told you how I felt. You done heard me say that
respectable.
before. You know what I'm saying?
The only time that becomes a real issue is around playoff time anyways. That's where the sensitivity ramps up.
But what I don't do,
why? Because the losses hurt worse.
Yeah, I mean, but and everything's magnetized, right? Like they magnify everything. But like during the season, if you're a real hooper, you knew you was sorry as that night anyways. You don't need someone to tell you.
But what I don't
but
do
in
is
the playoffs, you don't like that.
I don't piggyback on.
Yeah.
I don't piggyback on because the hot topic is now Bronny. So everybody want to piggyback on
man.
Everybody want to piggyback on the growth and the maturation of Bronny. I don't piggyback on that, man. Get a kid a chance.
I am.
Let him grow. Let him do what he got to do.
I'm a piggyback off. You is haters to his crowd. You people are haters. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense that you're mad that nepotism is in play for us. I think that's what it is. When you see, we get such a bad stigma as black men for not being fathers across the board. That's why I never understood the discontent for the Ball family. It's like, man, this black man raised 3 boys and sent them all into being successful, and you mad because he talking like he talking. It's like, well, yeah, man, you don't brag, you don't be. Nah, you do brag. LeBron James has been the since he was in the 3rd grade, and he has made it to where he is able to, even if it was straight nepotism and he's not good enough, so what? That's what you do it for. Look at how many people have came before us that never got the opportunity to be able to utilize their namesake for their children, no matter how big their namesake was. They never got the opportunity to be able to implement their child into a space based off of the work that they've done. It don't matter who it is. You can't name too many people who have just made it so big that they had just been able to say, all right, man, I want my son on this team, and they be good enough to be able to make that happen. Man, that's a blessing. That is a blessing that even if that was the case, which is not, I don't care how bad you think Bronny is, it's still good enough to be playing in the NBA.
He's gonna get better.
I'm gonna give you in 2 ways. First of all, what you said there, Bronny's first unbelievable kid, and he's good at basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously his numbers and what he did at USC does not translate into what the people are saying, but he's good at basketball. He's going to be good at basketball. The second thing is, LeBron James, first of all, they have max contract. If a team could give him $1 billion right now, they give him $1 billion.
Right.
So if they're going to give his son an extra $8 million to keep Bron there, that's what you should. That's a good
Yeah,
business
that's
move.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand what it's so many that didn't have their daddy hating. It's like, bro, holler at your father. Don't be mad because you didn't get the benefit of nepotism. Like, nepotism is something that we didn't get to utilize in our community. So I love to see
We
it.
ain't own.
I love all that dope money, all of that. You don't own nothing. Like, you don't have anything. So that legacy, just the legacy of the name, man, you working for the picture over the fireplace out here. Because eventually you going to be gone. But that picture over the fireplace is going to be like, yeah, you see granddad, man, granddad did it. And that's the way that it's supposed to be. Like, I've been seeing all of the, hey, well, he ain't good enough. He ain't this and that. No, nigga, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. That's who's not good enough. You're like, well, he's taking an opportunity from a player who deserved it. Who? Who did he take the opportunity from? Who? Say the name of your cousin? Like, stop it, man. Yeah, man, my cousin Roy, man, they was supposed to go to the league. He was going to get drafted, but they made Bronny a Laker, man. He ain't get a chance. Man, stop it, man. Let that man be as great as he has been. And I don't understand the hate that Bron get, man. The way that man has never been in any type of public, under any type of scrutiny. And he's literally all the way at the top of the mountain. It has been probably since what would you say Bron became the man in the NBA? How many years?
First year, basically second year in the league. So
2000, first, second year, 2003, 2004. Yeah. So 20 plus years, this man has been.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the biggest name in basketball, and you ain't never seen him nowhere drunk. You ain't never seen him with no random women in public. You ain't never heard about his name being in nothing. He ain't signed no rappers. He ain't did none of that. He's done nothing but be an upstanding and amazing. And then it's like you get to a point where this man has made it to where he's created a lane for his children to be able to follow in his footsteps based on his work, even if and I don't think that's what it is. I'm not saying that's what it is, but even if that was what it was, how's that not celebrated, man? We backwards, man. Not your crowd. You guys. I don't know what you do, but us, man, we backwards, man.
And he's been involved in that. I mean, obviously he's super busy and he's been the best player on the planet for 20-some years, but he's super involved in his kids' lives too. I mean, he's been grooming that shit forever.
People talk
he's an
about
unbelievable dad.
Numbers and what he averaged in college and what he averaging right now in summer league. It's what people don't understand is when you come into the NBA from college as a rookie or second round or whatever, they don't really want you to score. They got LeBron, they got AD, they got D-Lo, they got all these guys. Unless you were one of those guys where you was like number 1 or number 2. And
and even then, you see how they look when they first get in the league. I know y'all remember Kobe shooting the air balls. Like, they show that all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? You got to learn your way into the game.
Can you help us win?
Yeah,
Can you guard somebody? Can you retain information? Can you run a play and we ain't got to stop and go over it again because your dumb ass can't keep up? That's
you in Miami all them extra years. Get your dumb ass off. Hey, turn the cameras off. Hey. You gonna have to get the out of here with that stupid ass shit, man. My knees hurt, man. Stop making me run this play over and over again.
Like that.
And the reality of the situation is there's not one team that drafted in the second round this year that thinks he's gonna be a rotational guy anyway.
Like, come on, bro. I don't even want to bring other people. let me just chill, bro. Before I start.
Hey, listen. No, go ahead, dog. Preach, cause I ain't gonna lie. I got a list of mile. Yeah, I got a list a mile long, and I keep a chip on my shoulder.
Hear me out, bro. I had so many opportunities to play. I remember I would have played every game if it didn't come to coach's decision. I got tired of seeing did not play, coach's decision. I didn't even know what that was until I got to the league, and I'm like, bro. I mean, I always played in the games when I was in high school, college. I played. I never sat the bench. So that was a new thing for me. I had to deal with that and cope with that and learn, like, you know what? When my time comes, I want to show them. That's why I stay ready. That's why I was like, you know what? When my time comes, I'm going for, like, when I get a chance, I'm going for 40. I'm going for 40 against whoever I'm playing against. Whoever that guy on the other side, I'm going to cook him. And then you got to put the starter in. Then I'm going to cook you. And then it's like, I'm going to go just down the line. And that's how I felt over the years, you know what I'm saying? So guys like, when I see guys like Ben Simmons, like, you don't want to play? Like, not saying that like, you could be hurt, okay, cool, but bro, not to get paid $40 million and not play no games last year or whatever it was, that's my whole $40 million. I would be happy. What, coach, what you want me to do for $40 million? For a career, not in 1 year, for a career, coach. Who you want me to guard? I'll guard Shaq. Who? You want me to go in there and foul who? Coach, I can stop this Draymond. You want me to go stop this right now, coach, in the game? I can stop that right now, bro. Like, bro, for real, what we talking about? $40 million.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The way you talking right now, if I wasn't so fat and old, I'd go down to Lifetime Fitness and cook somebody the way you talking to me right now.
The chip done made you a monster,
Let's go hoop, dog. Let's go hoop.
The chip makes you a monster.
Hey, let's start our OGs. Let's go hoop against all these LA Fitness dudes and let's go cook them. I'll come with y'all.
All right, we know we got buckets and we got rebounds.
We good, exactly. We got shooters.
Yeah, hey, just drive and kick.
You just get to your spot. We got buckets, we got rebounds. You get to your spot, dog.
Oh man.
Hey, so you're in New York. You're in New York. I think it's year 2 you get in the dunk contest?
My first year. My first year I got in it. Yeah, my first year. My rookie year.
So you win the dunk contest your rookie year?
Yeah, man. See, listen, I got a lot to talk about that too, man. And shout out to Matt McClung, because he's representing getting the opportunity of a lifetime. He doesn't even understand it's an opportunity of a lifetime because when I was in the league, they wasn't letting guys do what he's doing. There was no way in hell that they were gonna let a guy that wasn't in the league come and do the dunk contest. That's crazy because my year when they were telling me I wasn't gonna be able to be in the dunk contest if I didn't get a dunk in the game. They was like, we don't know if you can dunk. I'm like, what do you mean? Because there's no social media. We didn't have none of that yet. It was off of, what you did in college. Oh, that was college highlights. Like, we haven't seen you dunk in the league. So, I'd be in the game like, coach, I need to get a dunk. I need to be in the dunk contest during the week. I'm like, can you put me in the game so I can get a dunk? I just need one dunk. And then I got it. I got my first dunk against Miami. Channing Frye gave me a little bounce pass, and I dunked on Pose. At Posey? I think Pose tried to come and block my shot, and I just little dunk on.
Hey, Nate, so you just remember everything from high school to college to the pros.
I got photographic memory, bro, especially when it comes to my highlights.
I see. I clearly.
Yeah, I remember everything. You have to, bro, because like you said, some people are just gonna forget about me one day. I won't forget about myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gonna forget about Nate Robinson one day. I'ma always know what I did, and I'ma respect myself for that.
What'd you always say?
You got to be in tune with your star player, Nate Rob. Always.
Yeah, bro.
You got to be in tune with your star player, dog. All times.
T.O. said it best back in the day when he said, "I love me some me. I do." You look at this camera. I love me.
What's up?
I love me, bro. For real. Straight up. Y'all might hate me, but I love me. Straight up.
As you should. As you should.
Hey, so you end up winning, like I said, 3 times.
Yes.
Just as hard as that is to do, I mean, we can't listen. The normal fans we're never going to be able to put into words how hard that is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, but as a person who mastered the finger roll and the floater like myself, talk about where the dunk contest is right now. Because what can they do now?
How many 3-time winners are there?
None. I'm the only one. Right? Yeah, I'm the only one now. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to make McClung be the next one for sure. They're gonna have to. That's what they're gonna try to do, unless Zion or who else? What's Buddy's name? John Morant. Unless somebody like that comes in and does the dunk contest and changes the game, because these guys are actually, they're like the McClung that really got balance. They really can do these dunks. It's only a certain amount of guys that can NBA that can do it. You seen the guys that got in the dunk contest. Yeah, you can dunk, but you can't dunk contest dunk. There's only a certain amount of guys that can do that type deal. You know what I'm saying? So now where the dunk contest is going, I mean, now what they might as well just go out and get all the YouTubers, all the influencers that are doing it, and let them represent the NBA teams. That's the only way it's gonna get popping. You heard it here first. We gotta go out and get the rest of the guys that are doing triple backflips, double between the legs, dunks on YouTube, bring them in, give them a jersey, say you're representing your honorary Warriors, Knicks, Bulls, whoever, and you put them and let them dunk against each other, and that's how you gonna have a dunk contest, and it'll be the team.
You better honorary your ass somewhere else besides Miami.
Hey, listen, man, that's how it's gotta be.
Honorary yourself somewhere else besides Miami. Don't bring your ass here with that.
That's how it's gotta be, bro. That's the only way the dunk
I'm
contest
vice president of player development. We do not develop YouTubers. Get your ass from around here.
That's the only way that's the dunk contest is gonna be popping.
Not on my watch, damn it. It'll be a cold day in hell.
You don't develop
Ice
YouTubers.
cold day in hell. With a brewski.
Winter brewski.
And the devil making a martini. Before a YouTuber come down here and put on the Heat jersey. Me.
He said he worked too hard to put on a Heat jersey. He ain't giving it to no
It's too
YouTuber.
much blood, sweat, and tears for these motherfuckers.
I feel he asked me what is it gonna take for him to get better on the dunk contest. This is the only way, bro. It's the only way.
Hey,
or cancel the dunk contest.
Real quick.
Cancel the dunk contest and have the one-on-one. The one-on-one phase. That's what we want to see.
Ooh, one-on-one be dope.
The one-on-one phase will be lit. I love to see that.
I don't think nobody gonna beat KD though. I don't think nobody gonna beat KD.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, they I don't. Yeah, that's a tough.
Hey, listen, while we're in it, who wins the one-on-one All-Star game?
The one-on-one game.
KD.
I might too.
KD's definitely going to be in the finals for sure. Paul George might get up in there. He got one-on-one. He can score one-on-one fades. Paul George would be nice. Ant-Man will be in there.
You might have to throw Kawhi in there too, though.
Yeah, because he got lockdown. He can score. It depends on how many dribbles. Are we doing unlimited or 3, or is there a second shot clock? Like
three dribbles, Nate. 3 dribbles.
I mean, real old school like that. I'm 3 dribbles, but you might have to do a shot clock because some guys need more than 3 dribbles.
Nah, they can't play.
See, back in the day, I would have loved for a guy like Jamal Crawford to be an all-star just to see him go ones with people, because that would be unbelievable.
Over. Jamal Crawford would have won it.
Somebody would have got hurt out there. He would have hurt. He would have hurt somebody.
Even with 3 dribbles, he's tough. Because I like, you know, he coaches his son's team, and they practice at our high school that we grew up playing at, Rainier Beach. Shout out to Rainier Beach High School. And Maul still plays. He plays one-on-one. You know, we get in the drills and we play one-on-ones and we do ones with the kids. And he's still frying kids at 44 years old, frying a high school kid.
I'm telling you, Nate. I'm not good with numbers, but there's a pretty good chance that Mike Miller fouled Jamal Crawford more than any other person in NBA history. Because every time I was on that island, boop, you're gonna take that shit out on the side.
That's
brother.
funny.
You ain't for the dance on me.
Oh man, he had all that. I remember he dropped 50 on us in the guard.
Oh yeah, I was there.
I'm done with the Clippers. I'm done with them. Okay? I don't give a shit what nobody say. Kawhi Leonard is, I've said this many times on national television, I'm going to say it on your podcast. He's the worst superstar anybody could ever have. He's the worst. He is a superstar player who misses 60% of his playoff games.
But this year.
I said playoffs. He played 68% during the regular season. He didn't play in the playoffs.
But this year, he was really hurt this year in the playoffs.
No, he's really hurt every year. I'm not questioning his injury.
During the season, sometimes during the season.
I'm not questioning the legitimacy. Let me tell you something. I would never disrespect y'all by saying that somebody's injury is fake. He's a professional athlete. He's the greatest professional athletes in the world. That you got, the only injury I've ever questioned is that damn Ben Simmons.
Your key word is playoffs. So
that damn Ben Simmons.
Your key word is playoffs.
That damn Ben Simmons. Don't get me started on that damn Ben Simmons. This brother, I'm just not going to even go there. He's lucky he's not in prison for death.
You down here in Miami, I can show you where he work out at. He be working out down
really?
here. Really?
I'm sure he did work out down here. I'm sure of all the places he could really get focused and zero in on his basketball prowess, he going to pick Miami. I'm sure he is down here, his Zoolander ass up. Don't get me started. This brother right here, come on, man. The skill set that he had, I know he couldn't shoot, but everything else he has, he don't want to play. He don't love the game. I'm not saying he wasn't injured, but I'm talking about an absence of love for the game. Remember, he was missing games before he was injured. They pointed to mental health. We can't dismiss the importance of mental health. The reason why I'm critical of it is because that never prevented you from making sure that check was in your account every 2 weeks. He never missed it. No. He never missed it. He always made sure that cash was there, but he wanted to play. So don't get me started with him. But here's back to Kawhi Leonard. You know where I got really, really salty about Kawhi Leonard? It's not because of his injury, per se. It's not even because he missed all of them damn playoff games. In part, it's because he does nothing to promote his team or the sport. Marketing is important. He does nothing in that regard. Even his own commercial for New Balance, the little kids are talking, but not him. Think about that. It's the truth. Go back and look at it. Wow. The kids are talking in the commercial, but the person they paying for it won't say anything. Wow. Now, come on, man. Now, don't tell me you can't speak. I understand you don't want to advertise, but you can talk. You can say a sentence, something. Damn, okay? So we got that problem. Here's the other problem. I don't think I've ever been more pissed off at a dude wearing the Team USA uniform. Remember how excited he was when they came to him and Grant Hill and them put him on Team USA? Do you know how many games you've missed? To be talking about playing in the summer, you might get hurt from the flight to Paris. I'm not letting you play. If I'm Steve Ballmer, I'm a billionaire. I will use every means at my disposal to make sure this man ain't on Team USA. Because for one reason and one reason only, I don't trust that you're going to leave healthy. I promise you. You tell me right now, if I said UD, Eminem, you got to bet me your check that this man going to play this summer and he going to be healthy for the season. None of y'all are taking that bet. You know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. You're not taking that bet. You're not doing it. And so if you know that, it's like, I understand Team USA. I understand the nostalgia, the patriotism, the international competition. I get it. But damn, bro, you keep signing these extensions. And you're never around when it really, really counts. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, I can make a legitimate argument the Clippers would have won a championship by now.
Oh, they were looking good.
Clippers
At one
were
point,
winning.
at
You make a
one
great
point, I think
You
it
make
was
a great
what,
argument.
December and January, they was the best team in the league.
The
December and
Clippers,
January.
led by Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is so great. Kawhi Leonard could have led the Clippers to a championship if he were healthy. How are you cool with volunteering your services for something that does not pay you when you are repeatedly unavailable for the people who do pay you? Now, I understand patriotism and all that other stuff. Damn it, red, white, and blue, America first. I'm down for, I want us to win. I want us to win gold. I'm rooting for us in Paris. I ain't rooting against us. I want you to beat Slovenia. I want you to beat Spain. I damn sure want you to beat Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert for France. I want you to win. But damn, I mean, come on. You got to be available for your day job first. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
I stand by that. I do.
can't argue that. I really can't.
no,
I
you
mean,
can't
I
argue
love
that.
Kawhi
One
to
thing
death,
I
too.
will
can't
say
argue
is,
that.
like, regardless of whether people agree with you, you have your facts.
No.
You ain't making up throwing shit at the
No.
wall to see if it sticks.
Not at all.
Like, you ain't got to agree
Not
with me.
at all.
I'm spitting facts.
That's right.
You something like a pimp too. Like,
Yeah.
your wordplay is crazy. Like, I'm a little jealous because my wordplay.
I gotta be careful though, because now I'm doing so much, with social issues, social commentary, politics, pop culture, and entertainment. I mean, that's not been my lane, but everybody comes to me asking me all the time to speak on these issues, these appearances, and all of this other stuff, and I'm like, damn, I got to, especially with the politics joint. It's just no joke, and so you just got to be ready for anything, man. You just got to.
Best big man and the young big mans in the game. Who's your favorite big man right now?
Oh, my favorite big man, young big man, or just big man?
Go favorite one overall and then young.
Man, I like Jokic. Jokic is frustrating though.
Yeah.
You know, Jokic is, once he start getting it going, you just so like,
It's over.
it's more so the fact that like he's already like big. He's like 300 pounds. He like a lot of people don't realize like how wide he is.
Yeah.
You know?
Strong too.
Yeah, he's strong.
And then he's hitting you like, he's like, and it's all like, he's all slimy and sweaty. It's like your arm is just slipping off or just slipping. And I'm like, so, and then he'll turn around, shoot some nonchalant like this,
Okay.
and it'll go right in, and you looking like, bro,
There's no way he
ain't
practiced
really
that.
like-
There's no way he practiced
there's
that.
no way, bro.
He does.
So, and then you got to play defense on him every single time. It's like, you know, most big men, they might get it. They might get it every 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
The like really post up, like Joel, a real post up big man, he might get it like 2 or 3 plays.
They run the whole
Jokic is-
through him.
Nobody's shooting anything until
Yeah,
you touch the ball.
he run the whole
and they'll
yeah.
run a pin down. If
Yeah.
you cheat under, if you cheat around the pick, he'll pop out for a 3. If you play him too close, he's gonna roll. And your low man is a point guard. Like he's like, bro, what you want me to do? He already shoots like this. And then you get frustrated. You like, man, I'm gonna go attack him on the other side. Oh, nah, we gonna put some other defenders on you. I'm not going. So you can't go right back at him.
Yeah.
You can never go like right back at him. And then it's just like, man, you looking like, man, I'm in a weight room every day. I'm doing all this conditioning. And you just look at him and you like, bro, this is crazy.
The math ain't mathing.
Bro, he's a hell of a player, bro.
He is a hell of a
His
player.
shot, he made a 3 over me one time, off his right foot, going, shooting it. I'm like, so I just took it as like, he don't do that often. This is like when he first started doing it. And then I seen it do it to AD. AD had the same reaction I had. I said, hold on, bro, this dude be practicing this? Like, this is like, it's like
Practicing that. Let me tell you, with him and Joel Embiid, to me, obviously, we talk about this all the time. Those two guys are unstoppable offensively, but they just got different habits. But talk about some of your battles with Joel Embiid, because that's fun for me to watch, but it was also funny. Because you used to go back and forth on the internet sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was playful. It was good for the
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
It wasn't never really no disrespectful type,
Yeah,
nobody
for
like
sure, for
trying
sure.
each other, but y'all
For
used to go
sure.
back and forth on the internet and talk a little. just have a little fun with it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
talk about those matchups and that you enjoyed those matchups and having fun with that.
Of course. You always enjoy the matchups, you know. And I wish I was a little bit. I would have met Joel a little younger. I wish he was like a little like I'd have met him like when I was even younger.
Yeah.
So we could have had more of those battles throughout the years, but. I mean, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
You know, he'll try to get you with all the swipe throughs and all the swipe throughs, but it definitely make you better.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just a fun experience. You know?
Yeah. He's talking y'all little on Twitter. And
Yeah,
Instagram.
for sure. He slowed down a lot on that. He slowed down a lot on that. He slowed down a lot of that.
Yeah, good for him. But I enjoyed watching those matchups. I enjoyed watching y'all talk like that. That was fun for me.
Yeah.
That was fun for me.
Let's make sure we give, and we do it a lot, but give Spo his flowers. That was throwing a bomb and saying, figure it out.
Oh, for sure.
Because here's the deal.
Sure.
When that team was put together, it was like, and we did some of it, right? Bronny and them guys on stage talking about winning 8, 9, 10, 14, 74.
Yeah.
But the reality of the situation was they took a learning curve, right?
Yes.
And what Spo learned very, very quickly, which was awesome, was he downsized in certain positions. He was way ahead of his time, to be honest with you. But then he also found ways to, okay, we're going to move D-Wade out the lineup real quick. They'd start together, but then he'd come back and he'd be the It was hard. 2 ball dominant.
Remember that training camp?
Oh, buddy.
I'll tell you something. To this day, that's
that might be the best training camp I've
ever been a part of.
Oh, my goodness.
They need to change the name of that to Iron Sharpen Iron.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because I'm
Military
military
base.
That should give me goosebumps.
I don't give a what you did in Canada. I got to see it now, today. And you can't just do it on Monday. You better do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I got to see it.
And it was a Jawan
And he showed it to the point.
Big
he
Cat,
showed me.
remember?
Big CB showed me.
Hey, banana man.
He ain't nothing.
I mean, listen, when you talk about feeling like you getting it, I know, listen, there's nothing, no comparison to being at war, no comparison. But when you feel like, staying on the Army base, sleeping in the bunkers, going to the lunchroom and waking up every day and getting to it the way we was getting to it, that's about the closest I get because I ain't never signing up. I'm happy I'm over 18 because they back to sending in the draft now.
You brought a smile to my face talking about your Big Cat. Jamal McGlory, funny
man.
That's
the funny. Remember Big Cat?
Hey, banana man.
That's him. And you got to think, man, y'all got to understand, for me, right, and everybody at a different part of their life and their career, but for me at that time, that was my foundation.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Seeing how y'all work, seeing how Mike Miller, okay, cool, let me make sure. I don't know what I don't know why I'm shooting threes with 2 feet, not stepping into my shit, but I seen Mike Miller do it, so let me do it. You feel me? I see how Udonis Haslem coming here always in shape, body all ripped up, shirt all tucked in. He been here for ages. He's still the first one in this. Let me be the first one. Like, for me, built my foundation, and it's no surprise why I'm in the NBA this long.
It's why when people ask me about young kids coming in, you got to say, let me see the situation they walk into. Because it doesn't mean that they're not going to be great players, but the course and where they go, it might not be from the same spot. Because you walk in, the foundation's important.
Man.
Because and that's why we were actually on one of our other podcasts, we were talking about Wemby and the signings that they did in San Antonio. The Chris Pauls and stuff like that are so important because Harrison Barnes.
Yes.
You got to start getting that veteran stuff around there to let them know losing is not acceptable.
Yes.
And I know Wemby has it. You can see, right? He was excited when they won their 8th game last year. You know what I mean? So you see it, but it's got to be constant, and the foundation's got to be set down. So I think it's important. It's funny you said that. It's really important.
No, it is. It's the biggest thing for me.
The Lakers.
What
do you think?
Now, they need a 5.
How do you think JJ will do as a coach?
I think he's firm.
Yes.
I think he's firm. And if you're firm as a coach, you'll have success.
I think he's going to do really well.
I think
that's
he
how
has that.
Spo was.
Yes.
Spo definitely
I'm not comparing JJ Redick to Spo. I'm not doing that. But Spo was firm. The way Spo talked to me, he talked to Bron the same way. Damn. So I couldn't even have no room for error like that. All right, man. Pat Bev, if he want to piss on the ball and not know the play, send his ass to the corner. Hold on. Okay, let me get my playbook. Let me lock in real quick. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed him say the same thing to D-Wade and the same thing to Bron. So I'm like, okay, he's firm. Firm in the NBA, a firm coach in the NBA is a successful coach. Feel me? If you're firm, you go have some success. You go have some turmoil, good or bad, right? You go have your bumps, good or bad. But if you firm, when you get fired, because you go get fired one day.
Yep.
you firm, I'm sleeping better.
Yeah, for sure.
At least I was myself when you feel me?
And that's the thing. And also when you're firm, the guys in the locker room respect you a lot more. The two things I have about that situation that has nothing to do with JJ. Only thing I have with that situation is the shit JJ can't control.
Yeah.
The in the locker room, people side eyeing. That's the sucker shit that go on in locker rooms nowadays because 70% of these worry about the shit they can't control.
All right.
That
I'm going to get my contract 2-3 years from now.
That kind of all that like that, dealing with that cynical side, that sucker shit that comes in the locker rooms and is energy vampire shit.
How he started, he not better than me.
That kind of that's the shit he got to worry about. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with him. And secondly, they're in the West, dog.
Tough.
The last couple of years they've been a play-in team, and the West is only getting better.
No, that's
so if we're talking about putting them in the playoffs, then who the fuck we taking out?
No.
Because Memphis getting healthy.
Ooh, they're gonna be good.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that the Lakers are a win it all team right now.
Are they even a playoff team right now, though?
I think
the roster is it a playoff roster?
I think they the bottom. I think they the bottom 6 through 9. Feel me? Depending on how the season go, how injuries go, I think they 6 through 9. I wouldn't. You feel me? I ain't gonna just jump off the ledge and just put them top 5. That'd be disrespectful. And that'd
Hell to the
that'd just
no.
be
Hell
crazy.
no.
It's so much going on in the West.
Listen, I call this generation idols become rivals because all the that sat at home and watch Steph and watch all these cook, this is their time.
Yeah.
And they is not letting up on these old.
Straight up.
They is not letting up.
Straight
They're
up.
not. It's healthy competition. It's great for the league.
Great.
It's great.
It's probably the best competition-wise. It's probably in and out every night for me, getting ready for games. It's probably the best I've played in this past year. And every
And
night.
you did your thing in the playoffs too, my boy.
Yeah, and who
You did your thing in the playoffs, my boy.
But I'm happy you brought that up the way you respond to criticism because you recently had comments and, you know, Rudy Gobert had his opinion on how he felt. You know, you made your opinion on him. But you responded to criticism by saying, that I'm going to show you.
That's
Like,
it.
if you want to talk that I'm going to show you when I get in between those lines.
And you-
Just want to touch on that because I think for me, and I understand you and I know who you are, and as an NBA player and as the people, when you get the Defensive Player of the Year trophy, there's an expectation. So I think Rudy taking it personal, this ain't about you, Rudy. This is about the fact that you keep taking home that trophy, and there's an expectation when you take home that trophy to handle your business. So it's not even personal, and I don't think it's personal. I think there's just an expectation, you know, to whom much is given, much is required, like the old heads used to say.
You know it's not personal because you've been in the trenches with me. If I'd have said some shit like that to you, you'd have came in pissed off.
I'd have come in there to tear somebody's head off. Lock me in the room with that, and I promise you I come out. Lock me in the room with this, I promise you I'm coming out.
And that's what I like. So a lot of these big men, when I put out these challenges, they fail the test because they respond.
They
First of all-
sensitive now.
Sensitive.
They
First
sensitive
of all,
now.
First of all, if you're getting 250 now, what is your renewal check gonna say? You can answer it, Mike. The way the money is now, and they just signed this $6 billion deal. If you're making 250 and you playing up to par, what's your next check gonna be?
300.
I'm trying to help. No, 500.
500,
Like
yeah.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you get it. You know, when I speak, I try to speak from facts. It may come out wrong, and you may think I'm hating. And his comments, you're trying to stay relevant. I got 15 commercials. What you talking about?
This is true.
Yeah, I'm the general. I'm
This is true.
the general. What we
It's
talking
true.
about?
It's true.
Like,
The little man with the mustache.
I want you to protect this thing of ours. Because if you play well and get $500 million, there's a kid right now in high school that could be making $700 million. But if you keep playing how you playing and you f- the money up, you have these owners that get this guy 250, he's not worth it, and you f- the money up, then this thing of ours is ruined.
I mean, for me, I understand that, and I speak that language because my life and my whole reputation has just been built off facing challenges and building grit. So when I got to the NBA, that was just a part of my DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like facing all that. I still remember the day. And I love Dan Le Batard, you know what I'm saying? He family 305, but I remember he wrote an article when I came to play with you, and he said Shaq had never won with a player under 6'8" playing next to him or something like that. I was like, Shaq just won with Travis Knight, and I eat his lunch. Like, you got me up. And I love Dan, but instead of getting mad at Dan, that lit my fire. And I said to myself, I'm going to prove that I could help Shaq win a championship. Instead of getting mad and saying, you, Dan, and all that, I use that as motivation. And I push my buttons to help you win a championship and be whatever I needed to be just to be able to prove those people wrong.
And if you're a historian of the game, I'm doing what the big guys did to me. When I got to L.A., all they did was compare me and Kareem. Kareem said one day, yeah, Shaq may be good, but they're not winning no championships. That G20 classification. I'm going to go back at Kareem? He right. So all the stuff I'm saying about Rudy, you're right. You don't think I'm right? Look at this play right here. Why when somebody push you down and you fall, you grab their knees and put your head between their legs?
Yeah,
What the is that?
That was weird. I didn't understand.
That's
that
what I'm
either.
saying. Like, no,
Both of us coming down. I tackle your ass and all us rolling on the ground.
Take your foot and put it right in the stomach. Like, do something. Like, come on, bro. And then again, you brought this up. You the defensive player of the year, but every scouting report I'm looking at, they targeting you.
Well, yeah. Once again, that goes with the expectation. You know what I'm saying? The expectation as the defensive player of the year is that you got to be able to guard your yard, and there shouldn't be a scheme or a situation that we can't play you in. And at the end of the day, you got to anchor our defense. You got to anchor our defense. You can't be the guy that they're picking on. You can't be the guy that they're isolating. So
can you read his quote?
There's an expectation, Rudy. It ain't personal. It's an expectation.
Read his quote, Mike. Can you read it for me? Because I want to break it down.
I don't have it in front of me. You got it up there?
It's sad to see one that has accomplished so much as Shaq did, both sports and business, still be triggered by another man's finances and accomplishments. First of all, I'm not triggered by your finances or your accomplishments.
That's big bank. Big bank take little bank all day, Rudy. I'm just gonna tell you that. Big bank take little bank all day.
I'm not triggered by your finances.
Big bank, take little bank.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about your accomplishments of those little trophies you got, that's not enough. When you're making $250, young man, it's not enough. You want to impress me and UD and Mike.
Win a championship and shut us the fuck up. That's how you shut us up.
That's it.
Win a championship and shut us the fuck up.
That's it.
Because you got a young dog over there with you.
You sure do.
You win a championship.
He does.
Yeah,
you got a dog.
Yes, sir.
So win a championship and everybody will shut the fuck up. The whole world will shut up.
Yeah, but and to stay relevant, I don't want to be relevant. Only thing I want to be able to buy my mother anything she wants. I bought my mother her first Louis purse.
You've accomplished that, big dog.
I know, but I just like to explain people who, like, I don't need likes. I don't need views. I need to be able to walk in a purse store and get my mom a $3,000 purse with ease. I bought my mother her first Louis Vuitton purse, and she had the biggest smile on her face. That's all I want in life. I want my kids to be able to go to any college. I want to work and do this. I told my son the other day, we were riding, and my house is nice, and it was this house. It was beautiful. I said, whose house is that? He said, I don't know. That's how I want to live. I'd rather you didn't know who I was. You just know that I'm at that new 2024 Cybertruck sitting on a thing like that. Like, I'd rather be like that. So, bro,
I don't even know where the fuck you stay. You stay by me.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay by me in Southwest Ranches. I don't know where you stay.
Being relevant, I'm just trying to give you game, but I would not like to have him in my locker room because I'm not going to go to war with him. This guy right here next to me, I'm quick to brag about how I got 4 rings. He's the reason. Not D-Wade. Well, yes, D-Wade, yes, alone, but him because he did all the dirty work. He was the one that showed up and worked extra hard. He was the one that kept everybody in check.
And
so
tried to leave me open.
Yes.
And I had to make shots.
He had to make shots. So
You think I'm
I rather.
Yeah, if you think I'm gonna be the reason we lose a ring,
Hey,
you got another
UD,
thing
what was their
coming.
game plan? UD, what was their game plan, coach?
Who, me? Let it fly, killer.
What was their game? Yeah, what was their game plan? You tell about the game plan. All the time.
Leave me open. These dumb. I don't know why after Dallas tried to, Indiana tried to twice. Like I'm just like y'all just think I'm gonna miss open shots. Like this don't go like that. Like I'm ready for the moment. Like stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And y'all also talking to a mother who had to fight for everything. I couldn't wait to get at this platform. I couldn't wait to get here to show all you. That said I couldn't show you. I could.
And this is who I'm fighting for when I'm talking about your finances, because he deserved that 250. He didn't even get. Did you even get 50?
No,
that's my point. A dog. You want to get somebody 250? Give it to this, not you. You don't deserve it. So I ain't triggered. I'm just telling you the truth. And if you act like you deserve it, prove me wrong. I will be the first to come up there and be like, okay, you proved me wrong, but you haven't proven me wrong yet.
Winning cures everything.
This whole.
Okay. But before we leave, because here at the OG Show, we are the man of the people, we go to the fan questions.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what they're going to be, but we're going to work through it. Okay, first one. Have you and LBJ worked things out yet?
Nope, we haven't. But, we didn't talk. I was thinking we were going to talk a little bit about the Cleveland thing. I know you wanted to
Oh, no. Elite, yes, we have to. I can't get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
because I'll be honest, I played in Cleveland. I enjoyed my time in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You not so much. Go ahead.
You ain't enjoy your time in that stink-ass town. Stop it. The f*** is you talking about? It's a goddamn lie. The f*** you lying too. This the OG show. We can't lie to y'all.
Can't lie, huh?
Yeah.
No.
You gotta ask you a question.
But I think this is deep, right? Because still to this day, that's people really hit different. When I see somebody from Cleveland, like they not happy about this. Like they still, people really, you disrespected where I'm from. But what people have to understand that it had nothing to do with Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
It had everything to do with that LeBron James. Like, every year you're losing. You know you have to get through him to get to the glory.
Yes.
That's where it came from. Like people trying to make it like, this side, this is our side. Like, okay, that's just you're looking at it. You're looking at it wrong. This is competition. This is where you represent. I don't give a f- about what you represent. This is Chicago Bulls. Like that's all it was. LeBron was so good. He was stunting on us. Mm-hmm. He was stunting on us. Like he over here dancing before the game. I got Pete Myers in my ear talking about, you see this shit? You see this shit? I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
I see this shit. This shit drove me nuts.
Yeah.
So I had to let him know. But because it's LeBron James and all this shit, now people think it's like there's other cities that are just as whack as Cleveland.
Yes.
Like,
this is true. This is true. And let me tell you something. You ain't gotta listen.
At least you're making up Cleveland right now.
And listen,
I mean,
like you're making up.
And if I'm you, I wouldn't even apologize because at the end of the day, Brian from Akron, not Cleveland. And if anybody know anything, Akron. If anybody know anything, Akron don't even like Cleveland.
Getting higher,
I'm just telling the truth. Brian from Akron, not Cleveland. And if you know anything about it, Akron and Cleveland don't even get along. So you Cleveland motherfuckers just looking for something to do. They got nothing better to do.
Here we go.
That's right.
I'm just telling the truth.
So the question was asked to you after the game. Or was it before?
Yeah, it was right after the game.
after the game.
I got to guard Shaq the next day. I'm talking about, it was real.
Yeah.
Like, we lose game 1. I had said something about Cleveland. I'm in that wavelength, like, we just lost, and you want to talk to me about how you feel about Cleveland. Like, man, I'm not trying to hear this shit. You see how pissed I am in that video.
Yeah. Right. So.
But that was like people 20, like I'm in the club the other day, they stopped the music, like, the DJ, like, I'm from Cleveland, bro.
God
like,
damn.
it's still going on. I'm like,
oh man.
I don't even like, I'm having a good time.
Man, somebody unplug his shit.
Like, they still mad about Cleveland. Like, it's no, like, okay, we was going at it. Y'all got the championships. I didn't win the championships, but that's what it came from. It came from a competition. It was nothing personal.
I'll be honest, you didn't say it. Like, again, we can say if I like Cleveland or not. We'll argue till we're blue in the face. But you didn't say it. Like, I don't hear very many people say they want to go on vacation in Cleveland.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, you actually threw him a dial. You kind of boom.
He stayed.
Shout out to Cleveland, man. Shout out to
That's
Cleveland,
right.
man.
That's right.
There might be some people who like going to vacation. I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, like wherever we go, like, you know what I'm saying, we ain't gotta like all the towns. Just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's for me. Just be respectful.
Yeah.
I can't tolerate disrespect. I ain't gotta like your town. You ain't gotta like mine. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
Okay, like question. Thank you. The back-to-back Florida Gators versus the back-to-back UConn Huskies. It's a fitting time to ask this question. Who
It's
wins?
a great time to ask this question.
It's a good time to ask this question.
I mean, come on, guys. Like, it's a good time to ask. What am I supposed to say? UConn Huskies going to beat us? No chance. Like,
No, I say it's a good time to ask. It doesn't mean there's a good answer for it.
yeah. To me, I mean.
So you're saying it's a dumbass question?
It's a dumbass question.
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, big heat energy.
Big heat energy. Nah,
it's not personal.
It's not
energy.
personal,
No,
but
no.
I'm a Florida Gator. These are the guys that I love going to battle with. Do I think that we would beat UConn Huskies? Absolutely. I think we would just wax their ass.
You heard it here. Go Gators. Gators, goddammit.
I love it.
Right.
Since Big Angry's over here, tell us about your toughest matchup against UD.
Why did you ask about yourself? Why you asked about me?
Coach, the question's right there. It doesn't say what's your toughest matchup against the White Mike.
You say his name?
Say
his name. Hold on. Say his name. Say his name.
At Philip Jeskowicz.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Good job.
That's that Florida Gator education coach.
My toughest matchup with UD had to be game 2. Like we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but UD that year, if UD hadn't played in that series, I don't think Miami Heat make it to their first chip. You know, and that's real. You know, that's I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just because UD's right here. We were you guys up on the boards.
Yeah.
And you know, like these narratives, like people forget quick. Oh, Miami Heat got the championship. No. Why did Miami Heat get the championship? Like, let's get into the details. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah was you guys up on the glass.
Yes.
And then as Chris Bosh still would get his buckets and all that stuff, but it was a different, we're talking about something completely. We're talking about being a +8, +10 on the glass. That's extra shots for your top players.
Yes.
Those extra, that usually translates into wins and losses. That's how we was dudes up. Udonis came in on 1 foot and handled the business, taking all kinds of toward-all shots. Like that. So, you know, sacrifices must be made. That's what you got to do to win a chip.
Literally, we didn't win it that year, right? That's the year we lost to San Antonio. We lost to Dallas that year.
That been the first year? Yeah.
So right after we lost that championship, I went right back into surgery the next day.
I had 2 of them.
Yeah, I had surgery that season. I came back right in the Boston series 1 game before we played y'all. As soon as we finished that season, I went right back into surgery again the next day on my same foot.
That's crazy.
I'm sitting there. I'm living vicariously through Justice at this point. So, like, after every game, like, we talking. I'm like, yo, how was it? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm, like, begging the coaches to send me to the G League by this point because we're, like, 25 games in. And
Yeah, you just want to bump.
I'm on scout team every day, which is cool. Like, I'm learning, but come on. And he's like, they're running the same play for PG in Indiana where he's coming off that double stagger to his right hand. He shoot the 3 if you go under, or he get into his bag if you don't. And he coming to the sideline like, yo, this dude is too good, bro. I can't guard him. I'm looking up. He has like 36 points.
PG, prime PG was a
Lee, it was
Indiana PG was
so,
crazy.
When did you get your first opportunity then?
So, well, I started my 3rd game because D-Wade's son swallowed a marble.
Damn.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah,
His
he
name
wasn't
swallowed
able
marble.
to
that.
come that day.
And I didn't know I was even gonna wear a jersey until the pregame meeting 30 minutes before. So I'm like sitting there. I just did like a crazy warm up. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not hooping. Suppose like Jay Richard starting. I'm like, all right, bet. So I go in, I have 8 quick ones. Quick ones. Hit a 3 from the corner, and I hit another 3, and I drove the lane, and then I traveled right after that and got taken out. But it was a good start to the game. And after that, I didn't play until probably like game like 42-3 when Goran and Bano both got hurt. And so I had to start against the Pistons, and I was matched up with Steve Blake. And I remember Bosh.
Miami?
Hooper.
My dog.
Hooper. He gave me
Miami
20.
High.
He had me 20 that game.
That happens.
It happens. And I remember I went under on a screen, and he hit a 3, and Chris Bosh went upside my head so fast.
I remember that.
Look!
Yeah, I remember that.
What you doing going under the screen? I'm
I remember
like,
that. I remember that.
report. You remember that?
And when CB yell at you, it's different.
No
It's
doubt.
different. It's so quiet. So it's like 0 to 100 on your ass real quick. You ain't even see that coming.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And,
I remember that.
And then the next game, we play the Warriors at home, and this is 2015-16. So Gogi comes back that game, but I come off the bench, and my first matchup is Steph. And I'm like, bro, but you know me. I walk in, I chest him up as soon as I get in the game on the inbound. I'm just pushing him. I'm like, yeah, you're not doing that tonight. Not on me, brother. About 36 minutes later and 42 Steph points later.
That happens to a lot of people too.
Yeah.
I'm in the locker room like, nah, this can't be what it's like. I'm taking my stuff out like this ain't it.
Because you was the all defensive team in the SEC.
I was defensive All-American.
Defensive All-American. He was defensive All-American, so
Yeah.
he used to getting stops playing both ends of the floor.
Yeah, but
Work on Steph.
nah, I didn't. And then we seen the Wizards, John Wall, 2015.
Ooh.
It was a tough first couple.
He the fastest you ever seen with the ball?
I ain't gonna lie, he's way up there. I strained my groin one game The same year they came back later that year, and I was getting minutes by this point, and I picked him up full court, and I'm used to that. Like I can keep up with pretty much anybody. Yeah. He must have hit me with a hezzy, and that change of pace. Boy, I must have tried to turn my hips. Next time out, I'm looking at the trainer like, no, I can't go. I can't go back in. It's over. Strain my groin trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, that usually happens when Mike play defense.
Huh?
You strain your groin when you play defense all the time. So now you're in Chicago, young D Rose.
Yeah, young.
Quiet as hell, but solid, a real one.
Man, you could say he was like Jeff.
Yeah,
you
really.
could say it was like Jeff, like very quiet until you meet him and start rocking with him, and then one of the funniest guys ever.
Really?
One of the funniest.
See, I hear that all the time about D Rose, bro. But when you playing against him, he don't talk.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But he a real one. Well respected around the league, and I hear he got a hell of a personality. He funny as shit, but he don't talk during the games.
Bro, just sitting back and just being a rookie and knowing that you ain't gonna play that night was fine with me knowing that I got my work in, and now I'm about to watch the best basketball player in the league at this time. You hear me? The things that he was doing was so incredible.
Was that his MVP year?
That was a year before his MVP.
Before his MVP.
His MVP, he just picked up where he left off for real.
Yeah, boy. That shit was I ain't never seen no shit like that. That was crazy. I mean, he had everything.
Everything.
He had everything. Athleticism, handles, quickness, could shoot, could get to the basket. He had everything.
Everything. Yo, I'll never forget, we was in L.A. We just got done playing the Lakers, and we're walking back to our locker, and Bean just looked at him and was just like, God rest his soul, but Bean looked at him and was like, you a bad just like that.
You get the stamp from code.
Yo, that give me the chills, and he wasn't even talking to me. I was like, damn, my man is the one for real.
Man.
He's the one for real. And, he always kept him humble, always got a wild respect for D Rose. But like I said, he made those years where you weren't playing, like, exciting to still be at the game and watch and tune into the game. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of young guys now, they're not in the game and they're not even into the game.
Exactly.
And that's what really messes you up, where like good comes the good type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Spo says it all the time, when you pulling energy or you energy vamping. And you don't really see that until you know what that is. You know what I mean? Then you can kind of pick it up. So young guys, if you out there watching, what you should be, the OG podcast is it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, what people don't know about you is you're a hell of a golfer.
I'm a golfer.
You a hell of a golfer. And you told me you started playing golf when you was in Chicago, right?
I was in Chicago, right. Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc. I went to a golf event with them the first like 2 days I was in Chicago. Only thing I ever picked up a club before that was I took an Arnold Palmer class at Wake Forest.
Had a class. I still thought that was a drink.
Nah, I took a. I still thought it was a drink.
I still thought that was a drink. I didn't know this man had a class. No disrespect, Mr. Palmer. I'm just saying.
But he went to Wake Forest, so I took his golf class, and they taught us the grip and all that. So from then on out, I thought I can golf. You know, I went with to that event with Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and I was garbage, bro.
Not worse to me.
I was garbage, bro. They was making me pick up my ball. You know what I mean? Like get back in the car like I was a child or something. I was no good with that. My mentality clicked in again. I was like, I'm gonna be the best at golfing. I'm gonna be the best at golfing. Yo, golfing can make you miss your perspective of what's real. You know what I mean? Like, yo, basketball was the real deal. Like, you supposed to be putting in extra shots, getting in extra work, whatever. I'm over here trying to get my chip game right.
No, that's real, bro. That's real, and it's time consuming. Like I tell people all the time, because me, I want to get better at golf, but I tell people all the time, you got to make time to play golf. If you think you're just gonna have time at some point throughout your week, you're gonna run around and like, okay, I get an hour to go hit at the golf. No, you got to make time to play golf. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get somewhat good at it, you got to make time and put the time aside to actually play golf.
Yeah, I feel like if you ain't putting no time in golf and you just going sporadically or once a month, like you should go and have fun. Or you shouldn't even get tight when you hit a bad shot for real. You know what I mean?
That don't work for me, JJ.
You don't practice. If you don't practice on something, how you expect the shot to be good?
But why not when you go back? You won't just be a little bit better than you was last time. That's what it's just a tad bit better than I was last time. That's working reverse for me. I'd be a tad bit worse than I was last time. That drive me crazy, dog. Like I'm consistently inconsistent on the golf course.
I'm telling you, that's how it works. I can miss 2 days and be terrible the next day.
You know when the best time I had when we went out there, when it was it was the pandemic, and me, you, and KO went out there.
Yeah,
man. By hole number 9, I was seeing doubles. By hole number 9, I was seeing doubles. That's the best time I had at the golf course since. I ain't had a time like that since, dog. And that's when I knew you was real with this shit. And I'm thinking I'm finna invite you and KO, and I'm finna be the vet, and y'all kick my motherfucking ass out there.
Nah, we put in pain, though. KO was good.
KO was nice with that.
Like,
shout out Kelly Olynyk, man.
Yeah. Kelly Olynyk.
Backwards hat with everything.
Yeah.
At the golf course.
Everything.
Wronged in the they ain't care. So now the golf thing is one thing, but what else that people don't know about you? Like, tell me something that people don't know about JJ. Like, I didn't know you played golf until I saw you play golf, but what else people don't know about JJ, man? What's something that you could tell me that people don't know about you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yo, I'm pretty private when it comes to like.
I could tell people one thing.
Like,
he got a big heart. Yeah, he tough as nails, and he'll kick your ass, but he got a big heart. That's one thing I know about you. You got a big heart, bro. If somebody's your family or your friend, or you consider somebody a family or a friend, bro, you'll give them the shirt off your back. I've literally probably seen you do that. You know what I'm saying? I've probably seen you do that. Is that from growing up in a household with eight siblings, 7 siblings, or is that just where did that come from? Where that big ass heart come from, bro?
I think that from my mother always telling me to act good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, like, I just want everybody to understand the same thing that Jim Carrey said. Like, you can have millions of dollars and it don't make you happy. You know what I mean? So, like, I live by that. So, if this shirt gonna make you happy and you think you're gonna be a better person, you can take it.
What y'all think about the people giving them about the color nails?
They trying my dog, man. They trying my dog. Let me tell you something.
Because they don't even know the history behind what you're doing.
Yeah, let me tell you something. First of all, my dog has been always a trendsetter when it came to fashion. He's always not giving a f. You know what I'm saying? He's always been willing to, push the odds a little bit. He isn't doing nothing wrong by supporting his kids.
Nothing.
He should support Zaya and every dream that she has. Yeah. Regardless of what she wants to do in life, that's a father's and that's a parent's job. Yeah. So regardless of that, sitting at home, painting his nails with his daughters, so what? Yeah. is that's how you spend time with your daughter, and that's how y'all bond? And that when all in the world today, when we see so many girls that grow up and have daddy issues, and he's making sure that his daughter, that don't happen, and we criticize that. Stop that. That's hating. Stop that sucker ass.
And that's why I had to.
Stop that sucker ass.
Take your glasses off.
Stop that sucker ass.
No, don't have him take his glasses off. I know you did.
No, because you touched on that, and I've been wanting to touch on that for a minute, man, because I don't say nothing. I don't get into that shit.
Yeah. Shout out D-Wade.
Yeah, shout out D, man, with that sucker, man. Y'all stop that. Nah.
For real.
Going through the you talked about how many years you played, right? Favorite stops, where you learned the most. Where did you see? Because obviously when you leave Miami, and then it's a reset. Right. You're a young kid, it's a reset.
And I want to include the European stops too.
For sure, everywhere. I want to know.
Include all that. Because I was taping my
was your favorite spot?
I had to call this for ankle braces. The first month I was taping my own ankles, Pat Bell, wrapping my shit up, cutting off my blood circulation. My feet swelling up.
I can imagine young UD at that time. You probably was so thirsty, you probably couldn't feel your toes.
Young UD went to jail 3 times in France, man. I was over there wilding, trying to figure it out. But when they threw that ball up,
check ball. Yeah, it was
that's
on.
one thing I did know how to do. I didn't know how to drive stick. I didn't know how to speak French, but I knew how to get to that money.
Oh, God.
I knew how to get to that money.
So for me, I started 2nd Division Ukraine. So that was humbling. That was my first stop. Then I go to Greece. But for me, I say D'Antoni.
When I heard great things about D'Antoni.
Yeah.
Never met him.
Houston.
Yeah.
Never met him.
Houston. When I was the point guard and D'Antoni came in, and put James Harden as point guard, put me as 2 guard. Could have benched me. Mind you, I've been playing 16 years, 13 years in the league. UD, I ain't average over 10.7.
I'll tell you.
In my career. Never.
But guess what?
I'm still here.
Every team in the NBA would love to have a Pat Bev.
You know what I'm saying? So for sure, Houston, I learned a ton from James Harden. I learned how to play the point guard position. I learned how to run pick and roll. Me being afraid to, I'm living on, is this a good shot or a bad shot? D'Antoni erased all that out of my mind. You open, shoot that. They go under, shoot that. You cross past half court, you feel good, shoot that. Feel me? So, like, he gave me so much freedom that allowed me to still be a defender, but it allowed to show a little bit of my offense. And when I was able to show a little bit of my offense, each summer I tried to nick away, because I knew it was going to be a time where, you know, it was going to flip. I was going to be more of an offensive player than a defender, you know, because of my age. And, you know, I've been nicking at it ever since. You know,
Tell you
so
right
I
now,
say Houston.
it's obviously it's the OG, so I think we got to touch on it. I think the most important thing I heard in that whole thing was you were a point guard. He moved you to the 2. For all these young kids that are trying to make their way in the league, we're at summer league right now. It's about playing time and oxygen, right? So it doesn't matter if you're a point guard or you think you're a point guard. You're supposed to be a guy getting 20 points a game. It's about finding your way on the basketball court.
Exactly.
Right. So when he slid you to that 2, instead of being like, I am no 2 man. I'm a point guard.
Like the rest of these young.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying that
you
right
want
now.
Me to be the center?
I'm trying to say that right now for all these young kids. Like who you are when you first get in the league isn't all necessarily who you're going to be.
Right.
Just get on the floor,
That's
make
it.
an impact on the game, right? So you're not going to take the reality situation is in that situation. You're never going to take the ball to James Harden's
Never.
hands. So now how can I get on there with James Harden to make his life easier?
No.
And so now I'm gonna pick up full court. I'm gonna play the 2. I'm gonna play off the ball. I'm gonna do that shit. Like that's what these young kids got to understand, man. Like you got to get on the floor.
And with that mindset, I've been in the NBA 12, 13
That's
years.
right.
I finished the start. I might not have started the season starting, but when that season ended, I was the starting guard every season I've ever played. I've only not been to the playoffs one time.
Talk that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk that
So,
shit.
like,
It's a reason for that.
It's a reason.
It's a reason for that.
It's a reason,
for
you
that.
know what I'm saying? So I finished the game. I'm still starting guard. So.
When we first got in the league, we used to have 4 random drug tests. The first test you knew was coming during training camp. So you could do whatever you wanted in the offseason, but you had to be clean for training camp for that first test.
Okay.
Now, the other 3 tests, if I'm not mistaken, Killer, they was random. You didn't know when they was coming. So when I first got in the league, I was undrafted. I ain't want to f my shit up. I wasn't going to fuck up my money. I wasn't smoking shit. So fast forward, now
It changed real quickly,
the
though.
rule.
Chico, it changed real quickly for him.
Yeah,
Oh, it
they
did?
changed,
he
they
started-
changed, they
he
changed the
went-
rule.
He went back to being
They changed the rule, and I think was it 1 test? They changed the rule. But I tell you this: once we got in that NBA bubble, they had to throw all that shit out the window because needed emotional support dogs and everything else, and they knew goddamn well if they didn't give us no weed, we were gonna go home.
Time out, man. You big ass was walking around with emotional support. You
Man, listen here.
You mean tell me Udonis had a Yorkie in the bubble?
I do have a Frenchie named Marlon at home. I love Marlon. That's my. But in the bubble, no, I did not. I was one of those dudes in the bubble where I immediately that shit was like prison. Like I ain't with the other side. I'm on my side.
Okay, got you.
What 15? How many teams? Everybody teaming is in there. So I'm right now. I'm letting it be known. Let's get comfortable being uncomfortable. Don't try to make this shit at home. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think most people went wrong. They went in the bubble trying to make it like home. Got teams out there frying chicken and playing in the yard. And this ain't gonna be nothing like home. So I was actually on some military shit. I was sleeping on my couch, drinking water and making coffee with Jimmy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
Hey,
that.
real quick though, I'm gonna help here. He asked the question, "How'd you pass your drug test?" You ain't answering the question.
I did not smoke when we had the 4 drug test killer. That's
So you
what
didn't
I'm
smoke for the first 5 years of your career.
Hell no.
Damn, that's
I ain't
impressive.
smoking not during the season. Not off season. It was all gas, no brakes.
all gas,
Now
no
during
brakes.
the season, hell no, I put that shit down during the season. Now once they changed the rules, now it's a little more leeway. You
It's
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
more leeway.
Now once we had the randoms, you know once you get one, you ain't gonna get one for another few months.
Okay.
So now you got a little. So soon as that day you take that drug test, that same day, oh you better get your ounce or your pound or whatever you gonna get. You better blow it down.
That's
You
crazy.
got about 2
man.
days.
That's crazy.
Now after them 2 days, now you get your gallon of water. You take your ass to practice every day. You drink your
Sweat it
water.
out.
You sweat that shit out, and then now
Okay.
you wait for your next one. Now after you take your next one, you probably got about 2 more days to smoke it out. And after that, you got to worry about getting ready for your test again. So you
and
got about a 2-day window after you take your drug
and
test.
for me, Chico, they didn't test for Mick Ultra.
Nah, they don't test.
Mick Ultra. You was on the. You was. You
straight
was,
beer.
Oh, straight beer.
Nah,
my man was.
Country boy beer.
He don't want
Klay
that
Thompson. Man, I don't know what it must be a thing with y'all shooters, man. Y'all shooters just like beer, man. And y'all were actually roommates in college. Like, so you were. I would take it was a touted recruit. Were you?
Nah, not as much. Not as much. Nah, it was more. It was
He
more.
was a top 50 kid in high school.
I don't even remember. I think I was top 100.
Yeah. Okay.
Top 100.
Yeah,
Well,
I was brought in. I was brought in to be his enforcer. That's what they say. It was like, look here, take care of him.
Yeah,
that's all you got to do. You take care of him, you good.
Oh,
so
well, that's what
the first thing I did
you
was
ended up making that your career
Oh
path.
shit! The first thing I did was found the biggest football player on the campus. He just happened to take the man's girlfriend. But anyway, that's something. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What you found him?
Well, he found him, and I had to find him for him.
Oh my goodness, man!
Yeah,
that is ridiculous, man. Who took your girl, man? Did he go
took
pro?
somebody's girl.
Oh, you took the football player girl. Oh, okay.
And he married her. He with her now today, got wife and kids.
Well, at least you kept her.
And we ain't even heard of Buddy no more. So he probably still want to whip your ass to this day.
You know what I mean? Not after seeing you. You know what I mean?
Good
luck. You know what I
luck.
mean? I need to change the name of this podcast to The Shooter and the Bully. The Shooter and the Bully, man. All the way. Like, so, that's definitely a question for you, UD. Like, that's a real strenuous role, I would think, to take in the NBA, because you got a lot of big dudes that just as far as just body mass is, you know what I mean, you got to really be willing to do it. Like,
crazy, Chico.
Where I came from, I still got first of all on my daddy's son, and my daddy don't. My daddy for who he is, or he just taught. That's just the mentality that my daddy always had with me. So I'm my daddy's son. And secondly, I grew up in an era where you played at the park and you never know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never know. Somebody get fouled and they don't want to take the foul, and next thing you know, the basketball drop and it's on for about 5 minutes, then they break it up, and then you get back to playing.
Okay.
You see the dude the next day and it's all good. So for me, it was always one of those things where it's like, as long as we're respectful out here, I'm good, but I ain't gonna tolerate no disrespect. But I never disrespect nobody. I never started anything. I never started anything with anybody.
So who would you say are some of the guys that, were respected in the same vein as you in that role? You know what I mean? Throughout your career.
Man, Meta World Peace.
For real? Oh, well.
Hell yeah.
Early in my career,
Meta World Peace.
Oak.
Yeah, Oak could put the pause on your
Oak
ass right now today at 50 or 60. Right now today, you talk that shit. Oh, he coming with it.
For real.
What?
He ain't even going to ask a question. He's just going to slap you.
Listen,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, man, to this day, Low Oak still on that.
Oh, yeah. I bet he done paid a lot of lawsuits.
Ben Wallace.
Detroit Pistons front line.
Ben Wallace.
You know what I'm saying? Ben Wallace, Antonio McDyess, Rasheed Wallace, Corliss Williamson. All of them was crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Derek Coleman, knock your mother off.
Nuts.
Goodness gracious,
yeah, them dudes
man.
that we played with in our era. So them dudes was really on that.
Cliff Robinson
ain't on that. They be doing all that talking.
Ooh, Cliff was a bad too.
For real?
Cliff, he smoked that gas too.
I'm sure he does.
Smoked that gas too.
Hey, man, we gonna explain that to the. When he said he smoked that gas, it means he drives.
Yeah,
real
we ain't
fast,
talking about 93 octane at
We don't know.
Amoco.
Yeah, we don't know what.
I want to ask you about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Because you spent some time in New York, obviously. So you spent some time there. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. Was you there when that man? Did you have to whoop that man ass? Did that man steal your wallet?
Who, me?
Yeah, was that you? That man went in your room and stole your wallet. You have to whoop that man
So
ass?
look at, I got
now putting this in my head.
I'm gonna run the whole story. I'm gonna run the whole story down from this is like movie, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run down the whole thing for you.
I'm catching shit in my head now because I'm about to ask you about the Knicks and their moves, and now I'm thinking, hold on, that motherfucker Bill. Okay, yeah.
What happened? What happened? I want to hear this.
Let Bill tell us.
So listen to the story, right? So we always gamble on the plane, so I like to have cash. So I would always have an envelope in my bag. I know where my money at. I know where it's at in my bag. I know how it sits in there. I got my Bible with my money. And so there's one time on the plane, I went in for my money, it was gone. So I'm like, damn, I lost my envelope. So I went to the stewardess, like, hey, y'all find the envelope, let me know. And so they didn't find nothing. So it happened a few times, but I never caught it. So we're at a new hotel in Chicago, and this guy, I mean, I'm the only guy that fuck with this kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know who it is. We ain't gonna say his name because we're gonna try to keep it. We're gonna try to keep your face clean.
You need text me.
All right.
So I'm the only one that f- with him. I'm the only one out and about with him. I'm taking him to lunch. So me, J.R. Smith, and this kid go eat. So we go to dinner. You know, either me or J.R. pay. The kid don't pay for nothing, right? So I get back. We get back from shoot around the next day, and he called me. I was like, I don't think I'll be able to make it to lunch today. What did you already leave? So I'm not even thinking, I'm not even putting it together yet. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gone, man. So and I was like, you know what? Because I already had a lot of money in my bag. So, you know, I like just go to the bank and just take it out. So I was like walking, I'm done with my day. I'm done with my day. So I tell my girl, she's like, what you doing? I was like, I'm going to the bank. She's like, going to the bank again? I said, yeah, I'm going to get some money. Is there a problem? So So look, I go to get my money, right? And I come back and I go in my room and I go to put my envelope away. And there's a space in my backpack that's gone, the whole envelope. I probably had like $5,000 in there just to, you know what I mean? So I put it in and it's gone. So I'm like, damn, the maid, I'm thinking you don't have to blame it on the maid because you don't think nothing else. So I'm like, called the team secure, like, hey, yo, somebody came in my room, took my money. He's like, did you have anybody in the room? I said, no, I didn't have nobody in my room. Somebody came and took my shit today because it's gone. So he comes back. I mean, it was crazy how it happened because the hotel was so sophisticated that they knew what key, like they count. There's a login of how many times your door opened and closed, what key opened that door, who got that key because they got the camera at the thing. So I'm going around crazy. So I'm up. I don't even get to take my nap. I'm walking around crazy. So I go on the early bus. So I get on the bus, put my shit down, and so team security. So there's 4 people on the bus, and one of the guys that did it's on the bus. So I get on, and I'm telling my story like, damn, somebody went and took my shit, and guy don't turn around. But I don't think like I could see it now, but he don't even turn around. So the security comes on the bus like, Mike, come here. So I told the guys, hey, get my shit off at the bus at the game when y'all get there. So he takes me to security, and they see what key opened the door. And so we're watching security. We see him on tape getting the key to my room on the thing. So he's like, well, let's go up there. They haven't cleaned his room yet. So we go up there, and my envelope is ripped up in the bathroom. I know it's mine because I wrote on it. I got my writing and everything on it. And so I'm like, damn, this motherfucker took my money. So, and it ain't the first time. It's the first time he got caught. So we get in the bus. Boom, by the time we get to the arena, I talked to Woodson. Woodson was the coach. Like, don't say nothing. So I didn't say nothing. So we get to the arena. Everybody's talking about it. And then the dude is pacing the you know how Chicago is. He's pacing the hallway.
Yeah.
With just shorts on, barefoot, and trying to act like he's calling like, hey, can you check because somebody stole my earrings? So he's trying to plan his little story that he got going. So, but we already know he did it. You know what I mean? So we get in there. So everybody was like, hey, Stoudemire was like, hey, Bib, was it the maids? And I was like, man, they told me not to say nothing. So then somebody, you know how the locker room get, it was somebody on the team. Hey, yo, was somebody on the team? Somebody on the team. So I'm like, damn, man, don't say nothing. I can't. They don't want me to say nothing. So I ended up telling Barron on in the game, and Barron knew, but some smart. He was like, I'm just gonna see who you're not talking to, and that's how I'm gonna figure out who it is. And so we drove to. I didn't play that game. Woodson was like, "You want to play?" I was like, "I'm my mind's up right now. Don't even put me in." So
Yeah.
we drive to Milwaukee that night. We have a team meeting, and I'm here talking about, hey, shit, there's 100 million on this bus. If anybody need to borrow some money, you can ask to borrow some money, man. You ain't got to steal teammates. And so we get there. We get to Milwaukee. J.R. Smith called me as soon as we get there. He's like, hey, you want to go ride on this right now? I said, no, he can't whoop us right now. He can't whoop him. So I'm in the mindset of trying to get another contract. I'm gonna play it cool, just lay low. And so he come knocked on my door, like it was like 3 a.m. I was like, look at the people. I said, I'm not answering this motherfucker. I'm gonna end up fighting him. You know what I mean? So the team security, the general manager, and the coach like, Mike, come down here. So they had all my money laid out on the table, and like it was him. I know it was him because my envelope was in this room. So he said he was making a joke. That was his excuse. He was making a joke. And,
Oh man.
and because he said, I know I could,
Oh
but I mean,
man.
but that's how. But not that's the first time I've ever. The team security was like, I've been security for 25 years. I've never seen that happen before in my life.
I was in the league for 20 years. I ain't never seen no like that.
I mean, that's supposed to happen, man. You know,
No, ever.
going in your room too. He went in my room.
Yeah.
He went and got a room key from your room.
Yeah,
And jacked you. That's
because
crazy.
you know you got aliases, so you could just how you go to the front.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I
Oh
don't
yeah.
have an ID
Oh
for
yeah.
that name.
I have an idea. I have an alias. That's
Yeah,
right.
so
Mine was JoJo Sausage Head.
I had Axel Foley.
There you go.
Hey.
Hold on, where we at the
Okay,
Christmas
listen, we
party?
just gonna put it out there since you want to bring that up.
Okay, I mean, that's my job.
We had a team Christmas party at Tootsie's.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
We had a team Christmas party at Tootsie's. We decided to do something a little
Tassels
different.
and
Decided to
for
do something a
Christmas.
little different that year. So all the guys got together for a team Christmas party at Tootsie's, and we traded gifts.
Yeah, yeah, we did. It was a
Trading
gift
gifts.
exchange.
It was a gift exchange.
Trading gifts at
It was a
Tootsie's
gift
is
exchange.
unbelievable.
So the funny part about it, we sitting there in the locker room because we were supposed to do the gift exchange, then go. Where the f- Shane, man? Shane, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. Man, somebody call Shane. What the f- where are you? We dropped the gifts, we all ran out the door. I've been here. It's like, what the f-
Leave it to him to be the early one.
Oh,
at
yes.
Tootsie's.
Hey man, listen, that was one of those situations where we just needed a little curveball.
Yeah.
We just need, it was one of those things where seasons gets a little long and it gets a little stressful, and we were one of the more highly televised teams in the NBA. It was a lot of, we just need a little team bonding.
I knew that team needed to really twist the arm to get to Tootsie's. I know it was kind of a drag them out kind of deal.
Some would say the Heat at around that time had a little ownership in Tootsie's. Some would say the Heat around that time. Some would say the Heat around that time had a little ownership, little stock in Tootsie's. But we needed that bonding. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked about how Greg had his good days and his bad days as a team, being on TV every day, being the most scrutinized team every single day, taking on the LeBron James effect every single day. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be a lot for us as a team. So one thing I did learn when we had that group of guys together and we had Bron, and one thing I did learn from Bron is spending time together as a team off the basketball court. That's just as important as showing up every day for practice, because you build that bond. And once again, when you playing against somebody, playing next to somebody who you look at as a brother, as opposed to a teammate,
no doubt,
you play harder.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You're more dialed in. You know what I'm saying? You believe in enjoying somebody else's success. All that translates and goes over into winning. So that was one of the ways we decided to do it that time. And I don't feel bad about it, goddammit.
No, you shouldn't. Don't
You know
ever.
what,
Don't
what
make
he
it bad
just
guy.
said, though, that's something I want to say to all these kids, man. You know, just how you become a good teammate. You know, be around the guys, get to know your teammate. That's when you're gonna play for them better. You know, some people you might not like, but hey, get around them. Just be respectful. You know? And being around that team is I seen a different level of basketball. I seen the things that LeBron James and D Wade would do that I know a 13-year-old kid wouldn't even do right now on the basketball court. And it's just like to see the best player on the planet do that. Like I talk to people all the time. I remember Bron was guarding the corner. They made a pass to the top in the other corner, and Bron was right there when that ball got there. Like you're not supposed to play defense. You're not supposed to be able to move that fast.
Coach, he's
like
not.
that.
He's
like,
not. He's not human.
No,
He's
like
not
it's,
human.
you know, I just appreciate that year and things I learned from Spo. Like I still got my packet from that year. Like I still take it to a lot of the coaches and show them those things from that year.
That's dope.
Because I learned a lot from that team, and just seeing basketball at the highest level with some of the best players and still doing the little things to make it work.
You make good points. Both of you are talking about something because I'm curious. You have Sacramento, you have Dallas, both good deals on the table.
No.
Hold up.
No.
What?
Around that time, Sacramento, where people went to die.
I said 2 good deals on the
but I
table.
would have been there with Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when they had
two good deals
they still
on the table.
winning nothing though.
He chooses Miami. Obviously, coming into a team that just won back-to-back championships. What was your perspective when you walked in that locker room and it's Bron, UD, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Shane Battier? Because everyone has a different perspective when they walk in it. We've seen it from the beginning. He was there before I got there, but we walk in that locker room and it's kind of that was kind of the making of that team. Then they shipped me out, so I didn't get to see the other part.
Come on, man, with that.
Anyways, but the question is, what was it like? Because I know you said fit me right here, right? Like that's what your guys' goal was. That's what all the goals are. But what was your perspective when you walked in there? Because you touched on it a little bit. Because I think for people to hear the stories of how that team, yes, was super successful, but the reason why we were successful is because of practice habits, working, and so for a young kid that's coming in on injuries and doing stuff, when you walked in there, what was your perspective like?
Nervous as hell. I honestly didn't know what to think because for me, I was 3 years removed. So all I wanted to do is come in and not be a problem. But, you know, day one, I'm in there working out. And then I got Norris Cole, who played high school ball with my brother Dayton Dunbar. And then Bron comes in, we take our little Ohio picture.
That's right.
So it was like, it like warmed me up. And then I got to meet you guys, and everybody was cool, and I was scared as fuck of him.
Why?
Not to,
oh,
in that locker room, hey, in that locker room, that had a straight face, like, look, don't nobody fuck around. This is my team. We built a lot of this shit. So look, anybody, he didn't care who it was.
No.
If you fuck around, you got to deal with me.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen.
There was only one person he was scared of in that locker room when we were there.
Who?
Me.
I can tell. I can tell. I got
you know why?
Yeah.
Because if I ever put my hands on him and then I get home and feel bad at night. That's my dog. I could, but I will tell you this though, like me and you hung out, you know what I'm saying, and because once again, building relationships off the basketball court, man. You can't just show up for practice and think that you're gonna be able to build that bond and that relationship. So we got a chance to hang out off the basketball court and just tell the people, because you put me on something. You put me on something new, and I never drank that.
You already said
I never drank that again. But just tell me, what the patrinacy, man. Where did that come from? Where did that originate?
On the Teague podcast.
Because Jeff Teague, shout out Jeff, who said he never won a game against you in high school. Is that true?
Yes.
You just beat the man like that?
Bro, we lost 3 games.
Does he speak to you
3
today?
of the years. Yeah,
I wouldn't speak to your ass. If I never won a game against you,
I made him take a paternity on this podcast.
That's what he said. He said that's some Midwest. So that's
no,
where that
it's
comes.
not. Because
what is that?
So
because down here
half
we don't
Patron,
drink that.
half Hennessy,
man.
chilled. I got it from West Coast.
Hold up. I want to make sure people don't miss that because I almost missed it. It's half what and half what?
Patron and
half
Hennessy.
Hennessy,
Patrinity. The shit that started a jet.
Damn near.
I'm throwing up right now.
Killer. You talk about some shit that's pressure.
So
man,
I didn't hear about it till it got passed down from Seattle, and I guess this is Beast Mode's Marshawn Lynch's drink. So
that's make a lot of sense.
Funny, I was in Vegas.
Make a lot of sense.
I was in Vegas last week, and I saw him in the club. I was like, I'm about to go up there. Like, let's take a shot at Trinity. This said, I already got a full glass. I said,
Hey,
he is a beast.
No, real recognize real. One of the real ones, man. I heard nothing but great things about him, though. And also, real ones shine in the dark. So we gonna go back to you. What you went through for those 3 years to get back to the point where you was at, man. You shined in the dark, man. So real ones shine in the dark. So I always look at that. And I know you said you made a quote, and I'm gonna check you on this. In 2016, I think it was an article with Chris Haynes, and you said you might be remembered as one of the biggest busts in the NBA. I disagree.
I did too.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can agree to disagree because I look at it from a different angle. I look at somebody who persevered over 3 years not knowing what the outcome is going to be. You know what I'm saying? That takes tremendous faith. You know what I'm saying? That takes resilience. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it just like Spo look at it, and a lot of people look at it. I look at it as a success story. You know what I'm saying? For you to be able to even come back and to be able to come in the NBA locker room and to still be able to contribute and play the game of basketball that you love after going through so much mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I just want to say I can disagree with you. We can agree to disagree on that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
How do you feel about like the way it all turned out? You know what I'm saying? Because they have this thing, and I know you've seen it. It's this old lady. She come up to you, and she asks you about basketball, and then you say, "Nah, I'm retired. I don't play anymore." And then the way Instagram and try to make it seem like it was sad. But at the end of the day, you was going to school and you was getting your degree and doing the shit that you wanted to do.
By the way, me and you have that in common. We went back to school to get our degrees. Guess who didn't?
That went to school for basketball. He had no intentions on ever getting his degree. Let me just put that out there right quick.
2 Sundays ago, I just graduated from The Ohio State University. Man. master's degree.
Yes.
I did 3 12-page papers in a month and a half, and I will never.
You did them
again. I did them myself. No Chat GPT. I actually read those
That's
books
that
and wrote
they be
those
cheating
papers.
on nowadays, huh?
I'm very proud of that.
Good for
So
you.
I'm
You
not
should.
gonna
That's
lie.
impressive.
This is the shit I'm talking about. So when you look at it and you said 2016, 8 years ago, do you still feel that same way now?
No, because once I said it, a lot of people came out and was like, no, he's not. He's not. But at the time, I was the #1 pick. I was injured all the time. I rarely played. Technically, if I'm looking at, and KD's just so great that, when you look at it, I'm technically one of the biggest busts. But a lot of people came out and said when I played,
what you mean,
I was
technically?
okay. But
see, I'm with you, D, on this. I don't think you're being like. I understand why you would say something like that, but I don't understand. To me, busts are guys that just didn't go out and play to their ability. You
Man,
just had a chance.
I'm gonna just say this right now. I ain't trying to throw no shot at nobody. Who was that Cleveland drafted from Bennett?
Anthony.
Bust. It's a difference.
We're gonna have him on the podcast next week.
It's a difference. You were injured. Injuries derailed your career.
100% having him on our podcast
Injuries
next week.
derailed your career. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's out of your control. It had nothing to do with you finding a good spot. Had nothing to do with you growing as a basketball player. Had nothing with you maturing. Had nothing to do with you making mistakes off the basketball court. Had nothing to do with you improving your game. It had nothing to do with you being your best version. It had nothing to do with you doing being uncoachable. It had nothing to do with any of that. It had to do with something that was out of your control, and it was an injury. I can't agree with that. You were a bust.
Well,
not even technically, not no kind of way. Not no.
Well, I mean, it was 8 years ago, fellas.
Yeah.
So I get it. And the way I'm maturing, I understand that, and I look at it like that. But
you're an inspiration, dog.
I'll take that.
Because a lot of motherfuckers will fall off, and you'll never see them again, never hear from them again. To go back to get your degree,
coaching,
and
to start from the bottom as a grad assistant.
Hey,
after the career you had, to start from the bottom as a manager.
Manager,
come on,
nuts.
Man, I just look at it.
That's grown man, dog.
I look at it like that, man. You got to learn everything to get where you want to go. Like, you got to learn the bottom level. You got to learn the middle level. You got to connect with everybody. That's why when I walked in here, I wanted to say hi to everybody that was in this room.
Yeah.
Just little things like that a lot of these kids don't know that you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to be respectful.
Right.
You need to learn every part of what you're trying to do to be up there. If you want to be a coach, learn what the managers are doing. You're going to have to be an assistant coach to be a good head coach,